comparison with Zay Green, who has done a lot of the heavy lifting, especially with Sarah Ashley Barker missing her 4th game due to an injury. Izzy Higginbottom has been the show for the Razorbacks this season, as you mentioned, Bria, pacing the way in the league with better than 24 points per game. And we get things started here from Bud Walton Arena, the 19th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide coming in at 16-3 overall, 3-2 in conference play. We mentioned trying to bounce back after being knocked off by number 2 South Carolina Thursday. Zay Green, 14 in crimson, lets it fly from 3, no good, and rebound by Vera Aginua. Well, one of the things that you'll notice about this Arkansas team, if you're just watching them for the first time this season, all 5 new starters for this group, as it's going to be Alabama basketball. The Razorbacks turn it over. Izzy Higginbottom, along with Kiki Smith, Aginua, Carly Keats, and Jenna Lawrence are the starting 5 for the Razorbacks. For Alabama, Diana Collins coming in as a transfer, Carly Weathers, Essence Cody, Aaliyah Nye. Those are some familiar names who have been with this program for some time, as the mid-range assassin already going to work from the elbow, and the first 2 points of the game registered by Zay Green.
Yes, there's going to be one day where when she turns pro, she's going to make a living just off of that shot. And it's so important to have those strengths, playing to your strengths and executing those strengths day in and day out. And the way that Green has been able to prove herself in that mid-range has been something that we haven't seen in a while.
Higginbottom looking inside, finds Jenna Lawrence, and Lawrence can't get it to go, gets another chance, and unable to put it in. Green pushing the pace and the tempo. Carly Weathers, good passing. Essence Cody missing on the layup. Well, here's Izzy Higginbottom, the senior guard out of Batesville, Arkansas, just about 3.5, 4 hours east of Fayetteville. 4th best scorer in the nation.
And she does it so easily. If you watch her play, she loves the ball in her hands and being able to put the team on her back.
Well, Carly Keats made that jumper look easy.
Right.
As she puts Arkansas on the board. Again, this Alabama team without Sarah Ashley Barker for the 4th game in a row. That went off the mark from Diana Collins. And she is one of those great leaders, is S.A. Barker, who just means so much, with a nice take from Kiki Smith. The hoop and the harm for Smith.
You talk about that downhill attack. I mean, my goodness, going coast to coast is probably one of my favorite things as a player. You get to really size it up. And the coach mentioned they're not really a team that, wants to play super, super fast. But when they have those opportunities to, they're going to take full advantage. That's how you get points on the board and one.
The sophomore out of Topeka, Kansas, was the NJCAA Division I Women's Basketball Player of the Year, first-team All-American at Hutchinson Community College. And again, active hands for the Razorbacks on defense, as they have a 5-2 advantage. Trying to even it up right there, and Zay Green does with that triple.
You talk about her size. I mean, she sized her defense right up and was able to, again, you have to be able to have that hand in your face. Too much space is a thing.
Just short. Green again running the floor, going downhill, finds Weathers in the corner, and Carly Weathers is able to knock it down. And one of the things that this Alabama team does exceptionally well is shoot the 3 ball. Also good defense there, as a foul by Izzy Higginbottom. Back-to-back threes. Let's look at it again.
And just a cute little sidestep there, and then finds Weathers in the corner. I think Alabama does a great job just spreading teams out. They're super athletic, so you have to be able to know when to help. But if that help isn't there, you better be ready for that closeout every single time, because they will punish you.
Already from long range, they've made a couple. Our officiating crew, Demoya Pugh, Kyle Bacon, and Joe Kent, for this afternoon's contest, or this evening's contest. On the drive, Diana Collins had it stripped away by Higginbottom at the last second, so it's going to be still with Alabama, as they will inbound it underneath the basket Weathers, the junior out of Loretto Tech, Tennessee, is looking. And a clear pass for Aaliyah Nye as she puts it in. So stretching out the lead, now doubling it here for the visitors on the road.
I love that intensity on the defense. As soon as that ball goes into the basket, every single Alabama player on the court tries to find where their player is so they can either get a deny, an easy steal, or just be right there for the pressure. And for 40 minutes, that starts to weigh on you.
For Arkansas, they're looking to get their footing in SEC play. They have really relied on moments of bright spots in the lineup thanks to Kiki Smith, who's among them, second leading scorer on the team. And already Smith, that offensive mind. That one launched from three, and Diana Collins hits it. Already 3 triples made. They make 8 a game. One of the best in the nation to do so. 12th in all of NCAA Division Women's basketball. Inside, and the foul on Ojenua. There's Christy Curry, head coach of Alabama in her 12th season with the program. This is an impressive stat, one of Alabama, and the love that she still carries with it from season to season, school to school.
Yeah, and I mean, that is just a stat line, a storyline that you just don't hear often. One of 10 coaches, and there's so many great coaches in this game, but to say that you were one of 10 I think is huge. 100 wins in 3 different schools is something that her and her family should be very, very proud of.
Well, she's got 200 plus here at Alabama, 4 straight trips to the postseason for this Crimson Tide team, coming off another NCAA appearance last year. And on the other side, there's Mike Neighbors, the always energetic. I enjoy talking. Green comes up with it again. 13-9 advantage. And the rebound hauled down by Christina Sanchez. Here comes the Arkansas Razorbacks. Sanchez inside. Ojenua with her first 2 points. And Vera Ojenua, a sophomore out of Nigeria, he's into the scoring column. What a take there by Zay Green, and you've got to find a way to slow her down if you're Arkansas, because she can do that all game long.
Yeah, and she missed the shot the possession before, but coming back and just playing so comfortably, not rushed, and getting into the paint is going to be her strength, so you got to find a way to take those away.
Ojenua again, this time with a putback, and Arkansas closing in now a 2-point ball game. As Aaliyah Nye looks for Diana Collins, puts it on the deck. Single digits now on the shot clock. Carly Weathers looking good ball movement here. Good defense as well, and just heaved up the reverse layup. Diana Collins looked around and says, okay, no one's around me, I'll put it in.
And she made it look so easy. That was a high degree of difficulty on that shot there, but you got to be able to communicate throughout the whole possession, or little mistakes like that will continue to happen.
Phoenix Stotine, one of those international players you speak of from Amsterdam, Netherlands. And Higginbottom being pushed further out.
I'll say, we did play, it was my freshman year, and we played at Kentucky, and I was able to, we were able to beat the teams. I was one of her very few losses in her career, but when I tell you, it was an honor and a privilege just to shake her hand, be in the same gym as her, and as soon as she walks in, you want to be better. You want to raise your level of play. You want to be a better person of high character. So there's so many good things, and her legacy will never die. So just super, super fortunate to be able to have that experience.
Well, thanks so much, and obviously the mission of the Pat Summitt Foundation is to advance research for treatment and a cure for patients and caregivers, and educate the public just about Alzheimer's disease.
Right.
That shot off the mark by Christabel Azuma. Back the other way is Higginbottom, who loses the handle, and Collins comes up with it on the brick. We'll see if they can come up with points here on this possession. Zay Green, who we mentioned, the leading scorer for Alabama with 16, just better than 16 points a game. Over to Carly Weathers, and Weathers just finding her, meandering her way closer to the basket and gets 2 points. This one launched from Kiki Smith, who's off the mark, and Azuma, the graduate transfer from Campbell, coming up with the rebound. What have you noticed so far with this Alabama team and the way they have been able to still move up and down the court and be effective without Sarah Ashley Barker on the floor?
So I think the comfortability, just how well they play within their means. I think they are confident in who they are individually. I think they have enough chemistry to trust one another and rely on, you know, your teammate getting it done, which speaks volumes. Not every team has that, so that's great to them. But specifically in this game, that three-point shooting right now is tremendous, where you can already see the Razorbacks are closing out a little harder. And there you go with Weather just making a straight line to the basket.
And the make by Danica Kalia, her first 2 points off the bench for the Razorbacks. But going back to Sarah Ashley Barker, out with a lower leg injury since she went down in that SEC opener versus Florida back on January 2nd. And when we talked with Christy Curry, and she's said this before, hey, you don't replace a first-team All-SEC performer. You got to do it by committee. And they have picked up the slack in areas where SA would normally be on the floor contributing.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, injuries are part of the game. So being able to adapt, and, you know, this is also giving other kids opportunities to go out there and show, you know, what you're made of, and step up to the challenge and kind of show them why you deserve to be on the court.
Inside, got to get moving. Shot clock winding down. Carly Keats puts up a 3. And Aaliyah Nye, one of the sharp shooters in this country, crossover, where she's added to her game and not just be a post-up three-point shooter. She can do a little bit of everything. That's stolen away by the Razorbacks. And let's see if a nifty pass there, just too tall for Jenna Lawrence. And it's Alabama basketball.
You know, the pace of the game isn't as fast as we are normally seeing it, but I like the IQ of the game, and they're making the right passes, doing the right things, finding the right folks that are open, and not really speeding yourself up. I don't think the pressure on the ball is too tough to where on both sides you can still see and make that right pass.
Well, a nice baseline move there, up and in for Eris Lester, one of the true freshmen on the squad out of Jacksonville, Florida. And she quickly makes an impact in her first minute on the floor.
That's one thing, the SEC as a freshman, we might not see too many freshmen, you know, get hefty minutes, but being able to come out here and prove and know that you can do it is all key.
So it's going to be 4.7 seconds remaining. Alabama basketball. They will get the opportunity for the last shot as Smith picks up Green on the inbound. Green elevates the 3. Yes! As time expires in the first. And then the last to win the series was Alabama, who did it here in Fayetteville back on February 1st of last year. Well, Izzy Higginbottom, who was held to just 1 point in that first quarter. Remember, the SEC leading scorer. We'll see if they can get her going in this second period. Meanwhile, Ojinwa has been doing the lifting for Arkansas in terms of 8 points out of the 18 for the Razorbacks thus far, and she's had success right around the bucket.
Yeah, she's doing a good job just keeping ready, staying ready, keeping the ball at a high point to where, and again, it's not easy, especially when you have hands all around you. So by no means is it an easy bucket, but she's doing a good job just kissing it off the glass.
Jenna Cunningham hands it right back off to Carly Weathers. Remember, Essence Cody has 2 personal fouls, so she's not on the floor, and shot clock violation for Alabama. It's Arkansas basketball.
Man, part of this game is just staying ready, you know, so you don't have to get ready. And that's exactly what she's doing. She's meeting the pass, going, and nice finish, just kissing it right there off of the square. And I know we talked a little about Higginbotham only having 1 point in that first quarter. Having that long athletic body on you, it makes it difficult to reach your shot. So she's got to be able to find ways.
Kiki Smith saying, no problem. I got you, girl.
Well, she has been electric this whole night. She's doing a good job just finding her rhythm. And that's what it's all about. We can't put it all on just one player. Other people got to be able to step up when you're playing against great teams.
Well, Kiki Smith, who is an outstanding three-point shooter, 40%. She's 1 of 2 this afternoon as Gianna Cunningham has 2 shots upcoming. Vera Ojinwa whistled for her first personal foul. Well, women's basketball takes over the SEC network every Thursday, and this week another great doubleheader right here. 12th ranked Kentucky taking on Texas A&M and College Station at 7, and 7th ranked Texas hosting number 15 Tennessee. Tennessee, top scoring team in the conference, 95 points per game. You've got a Kentucky squad that is turned things around, and boy, Kenny Brooks in his first season turning some heads down in Lexington.
Oh my goodness, and he's such a cool cat. Like, he is one of those where you can have a conversation with him and it'll be meaningful. If it's 3 minutes, it'll be meaningful if it's 30. But very well put together guy. I'm really excited about where that Kentucky program.
Carly Weathers, oh my, Carly Weathers finding her rhythm from downtown. Weathers now with a couple of threes as Alabama 5 of 8 from long range through a minute, or through a quarter and some change. Good find inside. Ojinwa couldn't get it to go. Then it was stripped away on the putback by Cunningham and Zay Green. Collins, Weathers. Weathers working on Higginbotham. Nice smooth spin up to the basket, finish with the left hand.
Way to go, Weathers. I mean, she's not that one-dimensional player who only wants to be in the corner to shoot. She wants the ball in her hands as well. Is doing a great job getting to the rim, along with hitting down some long threes.
Weathers now with 10 points. Kiki Smith trying to go to work. Nice spin move floater, and yes, that was a nice degree of difficulty and great finish there from Kiki Smith.
Hey, just the float right over the top of the bigger post guard. I mean, that's a hard shot to watch it go down, but when you practice in the gym, and make it look easy.
High off the glass there from the pass, and Cunningham was fouled on the way up. 2 coming.
I mean, just as patient as you can be. As soon as she felt the defense one way, she went the other. And then this beautiful move, talk about a spin move. I don't even know if she knew that defender was there, but she made her disappear as quickly as she came with that high floater. Beautiful spin.
So Gianna Cunningham out of Long Island, New York, a 6'5" center who started her career at West Virginia, came on over to Alabama a couple seasons ago, and doing a nice job too off the bench with Essence Cody, who has 2 fouls.
Yeah, she's one of those players that when she comes in, she wants to make an impact right away, and she does that by staying disciplined and moving her feet.
Sanchez, Christina Sanchez, number 10 in white. Those newcomers. Stotine looking back down to Sanchez, kicks it over, and just sails out of bounds. Well, Alabama, who's shooting 50% from the floor. Mike Neighbors' team shooting at a 39% clip so far in this one. Leah Brooks. And Brooks, the true freshman, getting her own rebound, not once but twice. A couple of good looks, wouldn't go down. Cunningham wrestling for it. And a jump ball possession arrow remains with the Crimson Tide.
Those extra possessions, I mean, Alabama will punish you underneath the basket if you allow second, third, fourth opportunities. There's no way you can start getting back into this game if you do not start with rebounding.
A 10-point advantage for the Crimson Tide on the road. Carly Weathers, who's been launching it, continues to do so, knocks down another three.
Just keep feeding her. Just keep going to her. But it's a beautiful, it's a pick and roll. The defense has to sink in.
And going all the way in and receiving the punishment, the charge taken by Cunningham as Sanchez is whistled for the offensive foul. But Carly Weathers, let's go back to her. 3 for 3 from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
And Carly Weathers is feeling it. She's got the hot hand as Alabama is shooting 67% from long range so far.
It's hard to beat a team when they're shooting that well.
Nye goes up and gets it. Pulls up. No good. How about Cunningham, the 6'5 stretch and the putback. The offensive rebound again.
The three-point line.
Meanwhile, if you're Arkansas, how do you get Izzy Higginbottom, the leading scorer in the SEC, how do you get her jump started? She's only got 1 point and only 2 field goal attempts.
Yeah, no, I think it really starts with freeing her up. So a lot of off-ball screens, I think is really going to help. Get her the ball, let her go to work, make sure she's as comfortable as that they can make it. Maybe even some on-ball screens, but you have got to be able to go and do what you need to do.
Bria, I'm impressed that you have been able to concentrate with Big Red behind us, just having a good time and enjoying this Sunday afternoon contest. Higginbottom with a good look there, just couldn't finish at the rim.
Yeah, and that's where it starts. I mean, and honestly, that was only her 3rd field goal attempt. So try to get that up. It starts right there.
Great cut there and find Weathers to Nye. And Alabama's completely in sync. You talked about how these teams would come in after a week's rest for Arkansas compared to having just played a game for Alabama. But Kiki Smith saying, I'm staying warm. I'm fresh legs, fresh shot. Another one goes down from 3.
Yeah, I mean, she's feeling it right now. Honestly, maybe they should just go ahead and keep looking at Smith to see if she can get some more points on the board. They're doing a good job sinking in on Higginbottom, which is freeing up everybody else.
Zay Green, step back 3, leaves it short.
Into the game for the Razorbacks, number 15, Shayna Bates.
Carly Weathers, if you're just tuning in, she has been the story so far in this game. Weathers 5 of 7 from the floor, perfect from three-point land. She's got 13 points and 4 assists to go along with it.
And I can't stress this enough. When players are more than one-dimensional, I think is huge. I think everybody wants to be good at that one really good thing, but if you could be good at 2 or 3, you're money.
Again, Zay Green leading the Crimson Tide up the floor. Leah Brooks looking to find Carly Weathers, and now some more attention being paid to Weathers as Stotine has the assignment right now. Weathers coming off, nice find to Azuma. And it just rolls off, but Azuma comes up with it. Hot potato. And it's going to remain Alabama basketball. 17 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Was a little bit of an unorthodox play there. That didn't look like anything actually set and ready to go, but I'm not mad at that. I think structure is great, but sometimes you just got to see what the defense gives you, see if you can get something maybe a little bit more pick and roll-ish.
Here's Brooks and the double dribble, and it's going to be Arkansas basketball. Well, if you've watched Arkansas in the past, you would have noticed that they oftentimes like to put up shots within the first 10 seconds of the shot clock. But Mike Neighbors said this year, hey, we go as fast as we can function. So right now they have kind of transitioned to more of the Middleton of the shot clock with this group.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that it was, he's a layup first, then free throw, then three-point stripe kind of guy. That's kind of like how he likes to run the team. And he said that that was a little overzealous to assume that they're a three-point shooting team. They do shoot threes, but they're about getting to the rim.
And again, just one of those teaching moments you see right there with Stotine as Jada Bates at the free throw line. Good time to tell you that this is our Tuesday men's basketball doubleheader right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Fourth-ranked Alabama hosts Vandy as they're coming off that big win yesterday against Tennessee at 7 Eastern, followed by Missouri taking on Texas. Well, the SEC game in and game out, just so unpredictable on the men's and women's side, as the nice basket there from Gianna Cunningham credits Zay Green with the assist. And on the women's side, you just don't know. You've got an undefeated LSU team as that one off the glass for Stotine.
Yeah, it's Sunday, but those banks are still open, okay? And it was, I think the confidence piece was that she knew that was going up as soon as she called for the screen.
Here's Weathers working on Stotine. From 17-footer won't fall, but Carly Weathers impacting the game in every single way. Carly Weathers now with 5 assists as Alabama in control here. Those second chance opportunities for Alabama, one way that they have gotten out to this lead along with points off of turnovers. But Kiki Smith has been the engine that could for Arkansas, now bringing the Razorbacks within 10.
Yeah, they might want to switch up that ball screen defense. You cannot, under any circumstances, go under and let her see any type of daylight. You got to be upping her girl so hard that you know if she brushed her teeth or not this morning.
Eye off the screen of Cunningham. Down to Cunningham. Nice pick and roll. And the foul.
Man, it's just a fight. That extra oomph that Weathers had got her the rebound and the assist. And then here, Smith has just been automatic. And excuse me, it was no screen. It was just pure separation. And that ball's going up as well. It's the confidence piece. If you let them see too many, it's almost like you get the ball rolling, literally.
Well, Arkansas has dropped 4 threes. Kiki Smith has been responsible for 3 of them. 6 made for the Razorbacks. Cunningham knocks down the front end of 2. And Chloe Spreen, who just got in the ball game, one of the true freshmen in this Alabama lineup, helping to keep the ball with them. Spreen looking on for 3, leaves it short, follows her own shot. And Arkansas comes up with it. Izzy Higginbottom again. She's looking to get into the offensive groove, just held to 1 point thus far in nearly 19 minutes of play, so credit the Alabama defense for doing their job of clamping down on the league's leading scorer.
Yeah, huge credit. I know she was a focus point, a main focus point for Alabama's success today. Kind of contain her, maybe have a look at other players, but make sure you get her riled up. But her coming into this game, after that break, I'm willing to see these last 26 seconds what she can do.
On the inbound, they give it back to Higginbottom. And stolen away by Spreen, but into the hands of Kiki Smith. And Smith, who has had an outstanding first half, won't see that one fall. Green and the Crimson Tide looking to stretch this lead out a little bit more going into the locker room. In front of the rim, but foul away from the basketball. Already 14 fouls on Arkansas. And so that's going to push Alabama into the bonus. And Cunningham will have 2 free throws upcoming as Vera Aginua picks up her 3rd personal foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call there. You want to be able to be aggressive, not give anything easy and open, but maybe it was a good foul.
Cunningham now with 10 points in the half, as that brings us to the close of the first 2 quarters. And how about Carly Weathers and the half that she had for the Crimson Tide? 3 for 3 from long range.